Thank
Avengers
Robert
founder.
Downey Jr. for making sure his popularity stays around for a very long time. Be talking about a different game that earlier in the week they showed off a new trailer for it. A lot of people have been questioning about how good this game will be because of the E3 trailer that came out. And what game we're talking about exactly is Marvel's Avengers. This trailer finally showed us a little bit more gameplay that's outside of the alpha footage, and it also showed us the hero customization. So there is a lot of costumes, of course, we know that.
Always
But
will be.
Always will be. I mean, that's going to be a moneymaker. But it also has a hero RPG style equipment customization that's very similar to Destiny.
Yeah.
It's essentially very similar to Destiny. You also have a skill tree and stuff like that. So there's a lot that in move sets, there's a lot you can do with the characters. Did y'all get to check out the trailer?
I looked at the trailer.
Was it the Kamala Khan trailer?
It was the one that came out this week.
Yeah.
I don't know if I saw that one.
It actually had a lot of gameplay footage, went over what we'd be doing in the game, as well as how some of the gameplay worked, some of the characters, and then the overall general story of it.
I thought you could do, like, before that trailer dropped, I thought you could play the whole game co-op, but from the trailer, you get single-player story and then war mission co-op.
That's
yeah. There's two different, like, the main storyline you play by yourself. It's a solo experience.
Which really makes me kind of sad because I kind of wish they had drop in, drop out co-op for the story.
That's what a lot of people were hoping for it, because like that's honestly what any good Avengers game should have, for at least for the main playability of it.
Hot join.
Just from what I've seen so far of this game, this is what I wanted Ultimate Alliance to be like.
Well, Ultimate Alliance has always been a certain particular game
Ultimate
style, more like Diablo.
Yeah, more like Diablo.
Yeah.
From the trailer, I think it's going to be good. I'm not a fan of the Destiny style gameplay, Destiny style items. Gameplay, I'm okay with.
You don't like loot shooters.
I really don't.
I was expecting it because, it's Square Enix.
Yeah.
So this is like Marvel Final Fantasy.
That's what I was hoping it was going to be. Not necessarily.
It's also Crystal Dynamics, which usually,
Yeah.
I mean, they have had a similar system with Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I'm still gonna get the game. It looks good. Honestly,
I can play it with my friends on PC. I have a lot of PC friends, so.
The looter
Flex.
shooter gameplay cycle is still probably one of the most prolific and proficient gameplay cycles in existence. So
I'm going to actually go ahead and show the trailer since Matt didn't get to see it.
Do it.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
Push
Hold
the
on.
button. Now.
Go.
Get to the chopper.
hear the lamentation of their women. Yeah, that's right. Conan reference. That's my Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Marvel's Avengers is a third-person action-adventure game featuring an all-new, original story where you play as your favorite Avengers.
The only character that matters.
Okay, is this...
Shut up, you.
This isn't the
The
bridge
story starts
thing,
on
is it?
A-Day at the
The what?
opening
Yes, it is.
celebration
Well,
of
this
the
is where it
Avengers
starts.
West Coast
This is the
headquarters
bridge
and
where
the
they go
reveal of the
through and
team's
they
Terrigen
swap
Crystal
different
reactor.
characters.
No, that's different.
But after being blamed for a disastrous explosion that leaves San Francisco in ruins, the Avengers are forced to disband due to public backlash and government pressure.
It explains the storyline.
In their absence, a new organization rises vowing to protect the world, Advanced Idea Mechanics.
I like that AIM's the
otherwise
main
known
villains.
as
Yeah.
AIM.
It's a nice
They
change.
don't get
5 years
enough. They
later,
didn't get enough love in the
world
MCU.
is
No,
a
they did
very
not.
different place.
Roxxon also
In
didn't
their
get enough
pursuit
love in
of
the
a safer
MCU.
future through science,
Roxxon needed it.
AIM has
AIM
replaced
does not.
superhumans
AIM
with
is
their advanced
Shut
synthetic
you.
AI.
whatever.
But under the surface, the signs of a conspiracy against heroes begins to unfold. With all superheroes outlawed, an Avengers fangirl from New Jersey named Kamala Khan embarks on a quest to prove her hero's innocence and become who she was destined to be. Kamala plays an essential role as the catalyst to reassemble the team with her unique perspective and incredible powers. Only together can the Avengers overcome the dangers in this new world. You'll start by establishing a base of operations in a decommissioned helicarrier, which gets upgraded throughout the story. You can customize your heroes to play solo or assemble online with your friends, defending Earth from ever-escalating
Yeah, I'm for the
threats.
Star one all the way. I'm for the space one.
Each of the heroes
About to
has
have
tons of
every Iron
outfits,
Man costume,
inspired by over
period.
80 years
Shocker.
of Marvel history, as well as original new ones.
Man, this game
As you
looks
play,
amazing.
It does.
you'll earn and unlock gear. Equip different gear pieces to
Yes,
customize your
Iron Man,
playstyle and
Iron
become
Man.
even more powerful. Power up gear by unlocking perks, which will change the way you play the game. Unlock skills and abilities as you earn experience
I wish
and
the
build
skill
your
tree
heroes
was
to fit
longer.
your playstyle. Using the war table, you can launch into 2 different types of missions. Hero missions are the single-player campaign experiences showcasing specific heroes. And Warzone missions, which are played solo or online with up to a total of 4 players. All missions drive the narrative forward, and all of your heroes' progress is shared across the entire game. Reassemble the Avengers and rebuild the team to be Earth's mightiest heroes once again.
Yes. Man, 2020 is going to be the year of gaming.
It looks really good.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I do like the fact that Kamala Khan is one of the main characters of it. I did not
I know
like
he doesn't like
I
him.
did not like her
like
at
her.
first, but I've actually come to like her. I still don't care that she calls herself Miss Marvel because, in all honesty, she's not Miss Marvel. But she's become a much better character.
Yeah, she's a character of her own. She should change. They should change her name. But
I know why she is because she is Captain Marvel's fangirl.
yeah,
Well, in Captain Marvel just arbitrarily decided to give Miss Marvel to her, even though she's not Kree. So, I hold that against her. But more importantly, she was just totally jackbooting it up with Captain Marvel in Civil War 2. So that was my issue.
I know I know.
yeah,
I'm
it will
fascist.
forever be your issue. So Matt, what did you think after finally seeing the trailer? Feel better about it?
Does it not look cool?
It looks pretty good. I don't really have a whole lot to comment.
To Destiny on the combat system.
Actually, I have no
Iron
problem with the
Man,
combat
Iron
system. I think it looks
Man.
fun.
Yeah, combat itself looks fine.
The only thing that I saw that I thought was kind of was it looked like when Iron Man's flying, it looked really choppy to me. I didn't
Right.
like that.
It might just been my TV
It could have been,
casting to it.
but I don't really have a whole lot. I have expectations. I kind of want to hope that they pay off on. I don't want to see just Black Widow, Hulk, Captain America, Iron Man.
Well, you won't.
They have already said that there's going to be more. Like Ant-Man was literally teased at E3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw Ant-Man and I've seen Miss Marvel, but
We should
Want
get more.
more.
By,
Yeah.
We should get more by.
We will get our Spider-Man.
My hope
If
is
I do not get
spaghetti right
Spider-Man,
there.
there will be war.
my
I'm
hope
gonna
is
play The
Wolverine.
entire game is Iron
What
Man.
what
so
number do
I'm
you
already
think they'll
good.
cap out on for heroes?
if it's not at least 32 characters, I'll be pissed.
Yeah,
It's got to be high up there, but it'll build to that point.
like I'm fine with like an 8 to 9 character roster on the beginning, but they need to add a lot.
The day or within the week that it drops, it needs to have variety. Have the core Avengers, but then have another 6 other
yeah.
characters.
Where the heck is Hawkeye?
Yeah, that's a good one. Right
Yeah.
That's
there.
disrespect right there.
Well, one of the most important things, right?
And
is
Ant-Man
that
too.
We need the core Avengers characters, right? But I think that one of the things they should immediately add, if it's not just in the game, which I hope it's in the game and not DLC, is the West Coast Avengers, since the game literally is about the foundation of West Coast Avengers. It was
So
going to be the West Coast Avengers, and then all of a sudden, boom,
Well, it
Attack on
wasn't the
San
West
Francisco.
Coast Avengers. It was just a day. It was literally
Well,
a
no,
celebration for the Avengers.
They specifically, what I'm saying is that they're starting a new headquarters in the West Coast,
Yeah. Okay.
and we're missing the whole context of that. It could have also been a new team.
I don't think it was a headquarters. It was just literally celebrating.
I
the
think
Avengers.
it's literally just a celebration.
Yeah, they weren't starting.
they had a
with-
helicarrier there. No,
The-
no. They
the
really
helicarrier
were
with the new
built. No, they were building a place. The whole thing was they had just built a new something to do with the Terrigen
but I don't
crystals
think
and
that was a
stuff. But
new
it's for
base, that was
Avengers.
just the
It was a new base of operations for
Sounds like
Avengers.
they're opening up a new headquarters in the West Coast.
I
Yeah.
do like that we're
West Coast
getting,
Avengers.
just from what I've seen, I do like that we're getting little, I'm sure there's going to be comic book fans that are in the same kind of boat that I am, but I do like that we're getting little pieces of world building. We can see how big the scope of what's going to happen,
Yeah.
potentials that could be introduced. We see AIM.
Yeah.
We hear Terrigen crystals, and then we hear, oh no, it's turning into a gas, and we know what that means.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
knew Miss
there's a
Marvel
mist.
was going to form. That means there's other Inhumans, which means she shouldn't be the only Inhuman in this game.
No.
We have a much more important Inhumans in this.
Yeah, but I don't think that.
Like, can I get Black Bolt day one? Can I have
He'd
that?
be OP.
No.
You gotta pay for that, son.
No.
That's OP right there.
No. The Inhumans, the actual Inhumans, the core 5, Gorgon, Medusa,
Black Bolt.
the martial artist guy whose name I always forget.
Lockjaw.
Lockjaw's the
That's
dog.
the dog, by the
Yeah.
way. That's the dog.
I know that's the dog.
But the core
He's
5
core.
should be like unlocked.
He's best boy.
They should be New Game Plus. I would vastly prefer them to be unlocked at the end of the first playthrough and then play them in the
Because
second
they're
playthrough.
OP. Like, especially Black
Well,
Bolt.
No, not really. They're
Black
not-
Bolt is.
No. All of the members of the Illuminati basically are functionally at the same power level.
Yeah.
Namor, Iron Man. Reed
That does
Richards.
make me think we do need. Okay, so the ones that I think we should have at the get go is that's not been shown. Besides Ant-Man, of course, Ant-Man's going to be in it. Whether he'll be playable, that's a given. Spider-Man, he has to be in it. Wolverine has to be in it.
Agreed.
Storm would be nice.
Storm, sure, but I was also thinking Mr. Reed, Mr. Fantastic.
I was-
But you have Miss Marvel, who has the same.
Yeah, but you need to show different
Human Torch.
factions.
In my opinion, we should actually have the Fantastic Four, mainly because they're about to come back into like the MCU.
Big
They're about
time.
to come back. They're
They're
big
big
time
in the
com-
They're
comics
back
again.
in the comics
Yeah,
again.
it's, even for like HeroClix, we're finally getting
It's their time to shine.
we're getting
again.
a Fantastic Four set next year. It's,
They disrespected the first family for far too long.
yeah, I'm really happy we're finally getting them back.
It's all because of how Ike Perlmutter and them are, how bitter they are
Yeah.
with Fox and all that. Well, now they don't have to be bitter with them. Now they have them.
Look, the most important part about the Fantastic Four is their villain.
Doctor
Dr.
Doom.
Doom.
Yeah.
Doctor Doom will make some sort of appearance. They said that this is going to be a continuing game, so who's to say there aren't going to be expansion passes?
We've seen Taskmaster so far. We've seen Abomination in the trailer. There was
Yeah.
somebody else I forgot.
I know. AIM's going to have more than just. They'll probably
Oh,
have
and
MODOK.
MODOK's in it.
Yeah.
Well, AIM itself actually doesn't have a lot of a roster. They have Scientist Supreme and
Yeah, but they have MODOK.
and MODOK. I'm saying
Going
AIM is not a large faction. Is my point.
going by the who just came out in the phone game Marvel Strike Force. Graviton's apparently considered part of AIM, so they could use him. He's a big Avengers villain too. So
Yeah, but
Spoiler alert: Captain America really isn't dead.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
He's most definitely alive.
there's almost nobody that's actually
He's
dead
probably
in Marvel.
frozen at the bottom of the bay.
Yeah,
Actually, the one character that's always constantly dead and will always stay dead, Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben, and who stayed dead for a very long time too. There was another character that stayed dead for an extremely long. Oh, Gwen Stacy's dad. Yeah,
Yeah.
Captain Stacy.
well, hold up. See, true death in comic books, right? You have to be dead.
Only
longer-
happens in Spider-Man comics.
Yeah.
Actually.
Well,
Yes.
No, but my point is you have to be dead longer than the death of Superman, which I think is 10 years.
Well,
Yeah.
Ben still, thank God that one.
Yeah. No, like in order to truly be dead, you
The
have
only
to
time you
die
see
longer
Uncle
than
Ben is when
Superman.
he like goes to like an alternate world or something
Yeah.
like that with the Spider
There,
Verse.
there,
But
yeah,
his own the 616 Spider-Man's Uncle Ben never comes back.
there is actually a alternate universe Spider-Man it's Uncle Ben that became Spider-Man, and then he has a plucky sidekick that's Peter.
It's awesome.
It's actually a thing.
It's really-
it's
it's
part
really-
of it's part of the Spider-Verse stuff.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite like alternate Spider-Mans.
I like
He's like a brawl.
Spiders,
He's
man.
more of like a brawler.
He's an
Then-
old-fashioned street fighter.
Yeah.
And he also has a pot belly.
Like
He's
Wildcat Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Also,
essentially.
yeah.
Yeah, that's Uncle Ben.
I like Spiders Man. He's a man made of spiders. I'm not even joking, by
Yeah,
the way.
Spider-Verse gets really interesting.
I think he's fighting Goblin, and Goblin cuts the suit. And you know how usually it's usually, Peter bleeds. Spiders come crawling out of the suit and start attacking Goblin.
That's probably Dane's favorite Spider-Man, next to Iron Man Jr.
There's also a Norman Osborn who's Spider-Man.
Yeah,
That one is still evil because,
'Cause it's Norman.
Can I get a superior Spider-Man? Not superior Spider-Man, but a superior or infamous Iron Man suit for this game? That would be dope.
How about we just get Doom?
Yeah, that'd
And
be
Yeah,
I
Doom
can-
would be fine.
Yeah, and
I want
Doom
a
has
villain.
infamous Iron Man suit.
I want a villain faction.
We should
you want to
probably
be
get
able to play as
villains.
villains.
Yeah, I do too.
So if we did Doctor Doom,
Taskmaster.
Taskmaster, Green Goblin, Green Goblin would, especially
Venom.
since they're trying to do so many different mechanics.
Venom. And every one of these
Yeah, I
games,
would actually
a
love
Venom
it.
archetype is just perfect.
Venom would be great.
Yeah.
Venom's normally a given. They normally, if you have Spider-Man, you usually have Venom down the road because they just say, oh, if they don't go the villain route for their game for playable heroes, they'll say, oh, he's an anti-hero in this one.
The only problem with this game is with it being Avengers is that I don't want them to limit it to just being the Avengers, which I know is what they'll probably do.
But there's
Well,
in the
D-
MCU, there's a
DLC
limited
potential.
roster. There's a limited roster, sure, in MCU, but in the comics, there's been so many people that have been part of the Avengers over the years.
What I wanted specifically for the roster was them to do Avengers, West Coast Avengers, Dark Avengers, and Young Avengers / Champions.
And they said they will be adding characters constantly in the game. It's not going to stop.
because the big ones that I want, the 4 big ones I really, really want, I want Daredevil, Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, and Blade. That's if I could
The
get
Marvel
those,
Knights.
Marvel Knights.
If I could get those
Well,
in this game, that would
Daredevil's
be
not a
fine.
Marvel
But I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Out of those 4,
Maybe Daredevil.
Daredevil would be the most likely first, and then second most likely would be
Because there are certain
Ghost Rider.
Actually, yeah.
yeah.
there are certain characters that lend to this gameplay style. I actually think it would be Blade, even though Blade's not very popular. But there are certain characters that are just
Blade's
perfect.
starting to get more popular,
But yeah, they're just perfect for this gameplay.
and he's
style.
part of the Avengers right now in the comics.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Black Panther's Avengers.
Yeah, and his Avengers team. The whole reason was because they had it was like probably a few months back or maybe a year ago, they had a fight with Dracula or something, or and so of course they had to call on Blade.
World's greatest vampire hunter.
Well, so they had a run in with Dracula and or one of the big vampire lords,
It's Dracula.
and Blade was missing for a long period of time in the comics. Well, they found out that he was prisoner. And they save him, and so he becomes part of the Avengers team to help them take him down. Yep.
And before War of the Realms, the Avengers are dealing with vampires.
Yeah. That was before
Nazi
War of the Realms.
vampires.
Yeah. So I'm hyped about this. I know you're not so certain, but
I'm definitely
I'm down for it.
I'm definitely down for it.
I think it looks good, and I'm kind of excited to play it. It's just like,
you want them to meet certain criteria.
yeah, there's certain criteria that I want them to meet, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna like,
Get disappointed.
yeah, I don't want to get super excited.
Have you
and
played a
then,
lot of Crystal Dynamics games?
outside of
Tomb Raider?
Tomb Raider, I've played all the Tomb Raiders except for the most recent one, Shadow.
Yeah.
It's good.
Have they made it? What else have they made besides Tomb Raider? By
I'm
the
not
way,
sure.
I'm a big
Honestly,
fan
I
of
couldn't
the
tell you.
new Tomb Raider games.
I think it's going to be a good game, at least on the outset. I still am not a fan of the
Square
Destiny
has a lot of faith in them. That's
stuff,
all
but-
I know.
See, that's a big selling point for me too, because if it was somebody else handling this,
Yeah.
I don't know if I could deal with it. But with Square Enix, I have hope for what I potentially want.
Square
So-
Enix almost never
So Crystal
flops.
has made a lot of Tomb Raider games, but they've also made Legacy of Kain, which a lot of people love. They made Gex. I didn't know that. I loved Gex when I was a kid. They made Soul Reaver. They made all the Gex games
Soul
apparently.
Reaver was
Blood
amazing.
Omen. They made quite a bit of games. There's some older ones that no one would know. Oh, here's a classic. They made Disney's 102 Dalmatians PlayStation 1 game.
Huh.
They made Walt Disney's World Quest Magical Racing Tour. Man, they've done it all. Oh, they did Samurai Showdown,
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay, cool.
Star Control 2. They've done a lot of games. Okay, yeah, they did a lot of games. So I think they're in the right hands.
I think it's going to be good. I
Yeah.
definitely think I think the Destiny gameplay is either going to be a make or break for some people, because I know some people don't care for that type of or at least not
It's not gameplay.
It's not the gameplay, but it's
the loot system.
Yeah,
I'm
the
sorry.
See, I
the
don't
equipment system.
I don't have necessarily an issue with that, because like the thing that I'm going into this with is like the gameplay doesn't bother me at all, and the looting doesn't bother me at all. The story is what I'm really invested in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's all I care about.
When people first saw the E3 trailer, they thought that they were copying off of the recent Avengers games, and it is not games, but movies, and it is not the same storyline.
No,
It's
there's
very different.
there's no mention of Terrigen anything. In,
No, yeah, this is a
See,
whole totally different storyline, which I'm very happy about. So we'll just have to wait and see more. I know I'm going to be in it day one. If if Spider-Man's not part of the co-op multiplayer, there will be rioting in the streets. I will figure out where their studios are, and I will lead the revolution.
I'm sure my roommate will be right there along with
Oh
you.
yeah, me and him both are very passionate about Spider-Man.
My character's already in the game.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You
Of
got your
course, 'cause
Iron Man.
He's literally a core Avenger.
Yeah, well, you can thank
Avengers
Robert
founder.
Downey Jr. for making sure his popularity stays around for a very long time.